Hi ladies, welcome back. We're here to discuss week 8 of your pregnancy. Now you may start to notice that by now you're starting to adjust to the changes in your body and the changes in your life with becoming pregnant. You're actually nearing the end of your second month of pregnancy, which means that you have around about 7 months to go. Now your tiny little baby is about ½ an inch long, or the size of a raspberry. Importantly also, your baby is growing at about 1 millimeter every single day. It's not actually growing all together, it's kind of happening in spurts. So it's developing different parts of its body, like its arms, its legs, its back, and its neck. It has eyelids that are fully encasing its little eyes now. Its breathing tubes are starting to develop, and it has tiny little lips and a tiny little button nose. Super, super, super precious. The other thing that's really cool at week 8 is that your baby is starting to develop taste buds. Now your baby can actually recognize different foods in the next coming weeks. It can't smell them like you and I can because it's encased by amniotic fluid and is unable to breathe through its nose, therefore unable to smell. But it can recognize different types of foods, and it may react or respond differently to different types of foods. So if you eat spicy food as an example, your baby might start to hiccup. Ayla was a really hiccupy baby inside of my body, and I remember being a teacher and standing in front of a class of teenagers and then being in hysterics almost every day because the tiny little baby was jumping up and down and my belly was moving with her hiccups as I was trying to be very serious and talking to them. Now it's around about this time that your doctor may request that you go in for an ultrasound. You will be able to hear your baby's tiny heartbeat during this ultrasound. I'm getting teary, and you may have the option to get a recording of that. You may also have the option to get photos or a video, but you might have to let them know in advance that that's what you want. So consider if that's what you want and let your clinic know. Now during this ultrasound, your baby is actually going to look less like a tadpole or an alien and more like a human. Its tail, yep, it had a tail, is starting to disappear, and although its little hands and feet are still webbed, its little fingers and toes are starting to be really, really quite defined. Now by week 8, you may or may not have a baby belly. This depends on a whole heap of different factors. Genetics is one of them. If you've had a baby before, obviously if you've had a baby before, the muscles are a little bit stretchier and you may start to show early. And then of course things like how many babies are in your belly. Obviously you will possibly get a bump a little bit earlier if you have 2 or 3 or 4 babies compared to women who are carrying one tiny precious little human. Now it's really normal if you've put on a little bit of weight by week 8. Around about 4 to 6 pounds is the average, and in your first trimester it's quite normal to put on about 1 to 2 pounds every week. If you haven't put on weight, there may not possibly be a reason for concern, but mama, rather than stay awake stressing and worrying and questioning at nighttime, just call your doctor to receive some calm and have any of your questions and concerns answered. Now, your boobs might be getting bigger and might be getting sorer, so please think about getting another bra this week. You are carrying a baby, mum. You are doing an amazing job, so make sure that you are as comfortable as possible. Also, it's time to book that prenatal appointment and that ultrasound, so you can also do that this week. Now, some of the other things that you may be experiencing are odd dreams. There's actually no real suggestion or reason as to why these happen, but I remember during my pregnancies in the first trimester especially, my dreams were amazing and vivid. If I could have pressed record on them, they would have been blockbusters. Crazy, amazing, wonderful, colorful dreams. The other thing that you may be experiencing is a heightened sense of smell. Now, there is suggestions from scientists that this is actually what triggers morning sickness, and there has been some studies to show that women who are born without a sense of smell don't suffer morning sickness. Really interesting. Some scientists have also suggested that this is a protective mechanism for you and your baby so that you can smell bad foods or off foods. I remember smelling off chicken and off milk when I was pregnant with my babies. Now that's enough to make anyone hurl, but double that with being pregnant and it's not a very good mix. All right, ladies, we would love to hear how you are going on this journey. So please put all of your questions and your comments and your concerns down here so that we can help you out and have a chat to you. We're really enjoying being here with you, and make sure you join us next week for week 9 of your pregnancy. I'm hiding from my kids, but before you go, do you love this video? And did you want more great pregnancy information delivered directly to you? If so, make sure you just drop by and subscribe to Ready Set Mum using the links below. Good luck.